Welcome back. Today, we've got a story for you that kicks off with a childhood nightmare and ends with a full-blown barnyard chase. It's a fantastic tale about a boy, a chicken, and how a plan to cure a phobia can go, well, let's just say spectacularly wrong.
Okay, so let's start with a question for you. What's that one thing you're irrationally afraid of? Spiders? Heights? Maybe even just talking in front of a crowd? Well, the story we're exploring today is all about a phobia that's very specific, very loud, and very, very feathery.
And this right here, this is the sound of our main character, Yamin, in a total panic. He's basically screaming, "Chicken, chicken, where?" You see, Yamin is so terrified of chickens that he literally has nightmares about them. And we're not talking about just a minor dislike. This is a full-on phobia.
So for Yamin, where does the nightmare end and reality begin? Let's dig a little deeper into this peculiar problem of his.
Right, so a phobia isn't just about being startled. It's an extreme and irrational fear. And because it seems so out there to everybody else, Yamin's best friend thinks it's just about the funniest thing he's ever heard. And naturally, he thinks he's just the person to fix it.
And it all kicks off with this little bit of teasing. His friend basically says, "You're afraid of a mere chicken?" He just can't wrap his head around it. And that's it. The wheels start turning, and he comes up with this grand plan to cure Yamin once and for all.
And that brings us to the friend's daring plan. You know, what he's really proposing here is a classic, textbook case of amateur exposure therapy. It's the kind of thing cooked up by a kid who is 100% certain he knows exactly what he's doing.
And honestly, you've got to admit, there's a certain genius to his strategy. The friend knows exactly which buttons to push. He's not using logic, no. He's using the ultimate weapon, peer pressure. Because let's face it, for a kid, the idea of everyone calling you cowardly Yamin is way, way scarier than any chicken.
And here's the plan, laid out in all its brilliant simplicity. It just seems so logical, right? Step 1, go to the chicken farm. Step 2, see that the chickens are actually kind of cute. Step 3, fear is gone. I mean, it's foolproof. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, so the plan is set. They're off to the farm. And this, right here, is the moment where that perfect, neat little 3-step plan is about to collide with messy, chaotic, and totally unpredictable reality. And you know what? At first, it looks like it's actually working. Yamin's there, surrounded by all these chickens, and his terror just starts to melt away. He realizes they aren't these huge monsters from his nightmares. They're just birds. He even calls them cute. It looks like the cure is a total success. Or is it? I mean, look at this transformation. It's incredible. This is the same kid who was waking up screaming from chicken nightmares. And now he's pointing at one particular little chick saying, "I want that one." The fear is completely gone, replaced by desire. You could almost say the cure worked a little too well. But just when everything's going great, the owner of the farm, an old woman, steps in with a crucial bit of wisdom. Her warning is simple and direct. If you try to take that check, its mother will claw you. It's a crystal clear bit of foreshadowing that, you guessed it, they are about to completely ignore. Because hey, what's a little friendly warning when you're feeling this brave, right? And this, my friends, leads us straight into the chaotic, hilarious climax of our story. Let's go quietly and snatch the chick. That one line says it all. This is the turning point. All that fear Yamin had, gone. And in its place is this bold, really ill-advised confidence. The mission is totally changed. It's not about curing a phobia anymore. Now it's a heist to get a pet. And can we just talk about this incredible role reversal for a second? The friend, the one who cooked up this whole crazy scheme, is now the one saying, "Hey, maybe this is a bad idea." But Yamin? Oh, he is not having any of it. He's like, "No, no, no, I got this, get out of my way." He is just flying high on this victory over his fear, and nobody is going to bring him down.
So he shoves his friend aside, he zeroes in on the target, he's ready to prove his bravery, ready to claim his prize.
And that sound, that is the exact moment that overconfidence slams headfirst into reality. Because the mother hen does precisely what the old woman said she would. She defends her chick, and let me tell you, she is ferocious and very, very effective. And just like that, the plan? Gone. The courage? Vanished. That dream of having a cute pet chick? Evaporated. All that's left is two boys running for their lives from one very, very angry mama hen.
Okay, so the dust settles, they've made their escape. Hopefully. What now? What are the big lessons we can pull from this hilarious disaster? What's the takeaway from the great chick heist?
You are not going to believe their final reflection on this. The friend actually says, "My God, did you see how rude that chicken was? It's amazing." They learned a lesson, all right, but it's the completely wrong one. Instead of thinking, "Wow, that was a dumb idea," they decide the chicken just had bad manners. A perfect example of blaming anyone and anything but yourself.
For us, though, the takeaways are a lot clearer. Yamin's story is a perfect example of how overconfidence can actually be way more dangerous than fear. You know, swinging from one extreme to the other like that, it's just a recipe for disaster. It kind of proves that sometimes a little bit of healthy fear, well, that's just another name for good old-fashioned common sense.
And really, that's the big question this whole story leaves us with, isn't it? It makes you wonder, where is the line between courage and just plain foolishness? When you're facing your own fears, how do you know you're being brave and not just setting yourself up to be chased by your own version of an angry chicken?